Right about now. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? This is the 73rd edition of the Mental Threads podcast. I am here with my host, Mr. CJ, if you'd like to say anything.
Good evening, good afternoon, good day, matter of fact. How's everybody doing today? We're just here to show love to everybody, and I'm going to actually basically just explain to you what CNC Wings and Seafood is all about.
Yeah, that's his business. CNC Wings and Seafood. That's what we specialize in, wings and seafood. And what other stuff you got on the menu, sir?
As far as what I got on the menu, I got my wing platter comes with 10 different flavors. I have a shrimp platter. I have a perch platter as of right now. We normally hold croaker, but unfortunately right now croaker's a little bit too expensive. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is edible and also quality-wise for everybody else to eat also. Also help everybody else from getting their pockets raped too.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, that's really good too, man. I mean, like, who actually taught you to learn how to cook and everything? Cause that's one thing I want to learn. Like, I got a hella YouTube videos lined up in a playlist of like teaching me how to cook all types of stuff and everything. What led you to like cooking, or who taught you how to cook?
To be totally honest, like I really like everybody says their grandma was the first person that taught them how to cook. My grandmother was my first person that taught me how to cook at the age of 2. What I used to do was when there was nobody else in the kitchen and grandma was sitting down watching her stories at 10 o'clock because, you know, Young and the Restless came on time, and you better be quiet when grandma watching her Young and the Restless. I'd go in the kitchen and I'd make myself something to eat. First thing I ever made was bacon, eggs, grits, along with some liver mush. At 2 years old, and I definitely got a nice butt whooping for messing with the stove for that one.
Hey man, you gotta fight for your passions, man. And look where you're at right now. You have a whole food truck and everything. How long have you had this food truck, sir?
The food truck, we originally started displaying back in December of 2021. While I was at a location where, because I'm originally a service advisor for working at dealerships for vehicles. I always tell everybody I'm a customer servant. I'm never a service advisor. I serve you as a person. Mm-hmm. My job was to make sure that you got everything that you needed done.
That's okay. No, it's still running. I was just trying to make sure because I almost dropped the damn phone.
Yeah, my job was always to make sure that you got what you needed done without feeling like you was getting beat up at the dealership. Okay. So I took my customer service experience along with the love of cooking that I have, and really, food is not a job, it's a passion. It's one of those things that if you don't want to do it, it's going to eat you up bad. No matter how much money you think you're going to get from this, the money is not a lot. It's all about what you love within it.
And take it from me, audience. I've just had his shrimp basket, man. That shit was killing, but for real. And I'm like not even like a heavy shrimp person. It's just more like my go-to when I'm not really familiar with the food and everything. Like, let me just try out what his shrimp looking like. Like, amazing. I felt like I might have missed out on his wings. So I want to be like, next time I pull up here, I got to pay some money for it, for real. Because he was generous enough to let me try his shrimp basket for free. You know, so I guess he took the Sam's Club mentality with it.
Exactly. You get a sample. Everybody gets a little sample. Taste this out.
Just gotta try it out for sure. I met CJ through a mutual friend in Quaylin Hill. And where did you meet Quaylin Hill at?
I met Mr. Quaylin Hill when I was working at East Charlotte Nissan. I love the guy to death. I consider him my brother from the first day I met him. But when I was a service advisor / service manager at East Charlotte Nissan back in 2014, Quaylin actually came over from the South Boulevard location. And it was really just like two peas in the pods once we kicked together. The energy that he has is the exact spirit that I have, which is, it's not just about me, it's about everybody around me. As long as my dogs are eating, I'm eating fine. And Quay just fell right into that moment. So like, it was one of those things that you can't let go of people like that because not a lot of them are out here.
Yeah, he was always positive, man. And I didn't even know dude like that in middle school, bro. Like, really, like when I tell you, like, he was a grade above me and everything, so we knew each other mutually. Like, he knew, like, Queston, everything.
Everything's going all right, sir. How you doing today? Now, they do got the free parking right there inside where it says Wood Painters is at. Just to let you guys know, we are at Starlight Lounge over here on 22nd Avenue. It's 422 22nd Avenue, Charlotte, North Carolina, right outside of NoDa area.
Yeah, man, the vibes is pretty cool too. I was even talking to the bartender there. Dude was mad cool and everything. So it's just like, today's a pretty positive day, really. Like, you know, like when I tell you, I don't even put myself out there like a whole lot unless it's like for business type thing or people I knew from my past, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how Charlotte can be and everything. Everybody, people here are mad sketchy for no reason. And it's like, which is really sad because I still rep Charlotte and everything, you know, like I'm a Charlotte artist and stuff. Even if I step out and I want to go to DC and even get my master's and stuff of that nature, I'm gonna still rep Charlotte to the death of me, because it's like, you know, we really are an underdog city, you know, like if you can try and make it out here and actually put this city on and everything, that's what I'm thinking. I feel like in the 2020s, that's gonna be the decade where we really find ourselves as a city. Cause I feel like for a while we've been kind of tagging behind Atlanta as just a metropolitan southern city type. But it's like now it's like we're finding our own identity, you know. The Hornets are doing their thing and stuff of that nature, still kind of building up on them, but you know, who knows? By the end of the decade, we might have a ring, we might not have a ring, who knows?
Just get past the second round. I'm good with that. As long as we get past the second round in the playoffs, I'm happy with that.
No, dead ass for real. But it's like, you know, back on the whole topic about like, you know, with Quaylin and everything. Yeah, Quaylin is like a really, really cool dude. We knew each other through mutual friends, you know, like through middle school. We went down to Ballantyne, you know, like Southside Charlotte, where all the white folk were at and everything. I don't know why. I guess my parents just kind of thought that like they sent us over there, we'd have like a good education type and everything. It was pretty.
They wanted you to be a different black. They wanted the suburban black. That's what that was.
And it just wasn't clicking for me, man. I'm an inner city boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, I sound articulate and everything like that. It's just that's just where the vibes is. You know, I was always struggling in school. I hated HBCU. AB student every time. You know, that's what I'm saying. I always rep HBCUs too. You know, I rep the illustrious North Carolina Central University out of Durham. You know, you can't miss out on HBCUs, man. You can go to PWI if you want, but HBCU, that's a once in a lifetime experience. You can't miss out on it. For sure. Like you went to college, correct, or did you not?
Unfortunately, no. The college that I went to was the streets of New York City. Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your education, whether it's street education or whatever. I mean, right now you have a whole food truck standing in front of us right now. That's doing a lot more than a lot of other people. You know, people could be selling dope, people could end up in prison and everything like that. You out here really doing something positive and everything. And it's just like you say, Charlotte's own land to see. So I see that you're really connected to the whole Charlotte name too, and everything. And how long did you live in New York? You pretty much started in New York.
I grew up in New York City, so I was born and raised in New York. My grandmother, she was born down in Charlotte. She was actually a West Side baby. She was off there. A North Side baby. She was born right off of here, off of Graham and Rachel Street. Grandma moved to New York when she was 13, and that's when the family started flourishing from there. But of course, you know, like every good black family does, you go back to where your roots are at. Grandma came back down in 2000, 2004. CJ wasn't doing nothing that he was supposed to do, so he decided, you know what, I'm gonna go back with Grandma. And you know, Grandma always got that rod that she spares correctly. So Grandma put me back in the right place where I needed to be at. So I've been down here since 2004. So you can officially say I'm a Charlottean.
Yeah, man, once you've been here for a while, you're basically a Charlottean.
I'm a New Yorker to the day that I die. I still rep Southside Jamaica, Queens. But I'm a Charlottean because I ain't going back. I'm going to be real with you on that one. The schools are better. I had my daughter when I was 19. That was the main reason that told me that it's time to go ahead and stay here.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, Charlotte is just like, Charlotte has a vibe to it. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, you know, this is like the land where it's just like, to me, and this is how I see it, like, this is the man where it's like, we're still trying to figure ourselves out. So it's like, you know, you could be a pioneer here, like a face, really. So
like when I first came down here, don't get me wrong, it was slow as hell. Charlotte was slow. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with these country ass folks. But as Charlotte has been brewing, now I've been here since 04, 2022 now. It's a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Charlotte has been brewing. It is a small metropolis that if you don't grab your piece now, in 3 years, you ain't gonna never be able to get there.
No.
Unless you got some good luck. Yeah. You hit the lotto.
Hit the lotto.
Or you marry yourself a sugar mama. You ain't gonna get there no time soon.
Yeah,
so
man.
Charlotte is a metropolis that has been growing, and I love the growth from it, because not only is it growth with your family, not only is it growth with your kids, it is a growth within your business. And everybody in Charlotte, really, even with the shiesty people, people in Charlotte take care of each other.
Yeah, man, to a certain degree and everything, like, yeah. Like, you know, especially like when my grandfather passed and everything, you know, like last month, it really took a lot of us off guard. But it's just like, you know, my grandfather has been here, like in the Atlanta, like Charlotte area in America, like since the late 70s. And like he started his whole family, and I put him on a podcast just like this one. And like that was the closest thing to a well we had. because he said he wanted to be buried here because all his family and all his children are here. My grandfather founded Nimba Cab and everything, although it didn't take a whole lot of traction and everything. He was a businessman. He ran all the clothing stores and everything. You know, he didn't like working for people. That was just how he was a Scorpio too. So it's like if you met a Scorpio, they're not very hard.
I one myself.
Oh really? Yeah.
1986, baby.
Nobody can tell y'all nothing.
You can't tell me shit.
Nobody can tell y'all nothing.
You can enlighten me. You can give me information. But I'm gonna find that shit out myself.
No, seriously. It's just like, that's just kind of how he was. He was very innovative like that. He also touched a lot of people's lives, brought a lot of people from back at home in Liberia here and everything to kind of give them a life and everything. So I was kind of happy to see a lot of people to pull up and everything to, you know, honor him when he was gone. You know, not just here in Charlotte, all over the States, but it's just like, this is with his stomping grounds and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's my connection here to Charlotte too. It's just my grandfather, his children, and now me. So it's just it's up to me to kind of take that torch when it's time for me to do so. For right now, I'm just kind of laying that foot down, you know. I was the first and only grandchild he ever saw graduate. So it's just like, you know, it's a bittersweetness to it.
That's a smoothness to it, though. It's a bittersweetness, but I can guarantee you that man was smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah, man.
From ear to ear. He said, my baby boy.
Yeah, man, we was close like that, you know, even when it's just like, you know, even when it's like, I would try to walk to his house and everything, you know, in his final days, it was usually spent around me. So it's like, I was happy with that too. You know, although it did catch us off guard and everything, you know, it was just like, it's good to know that at least I spent a whole lot of time with him.
But that's really how life is. It's going to catch you off guard, but I can guarantee you that just from hearing from what you're saying, he gave you life lessons that you'll never forget and that you'll always be prepared. If you're always prepared, you'll never have to get prepared, so you'll be prepared. And I guarantee you he lived by that style, just from the way that you speak of him.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Like, seriously, check out the episode for real. I had 2 episodes. One, early one in generational values, and the early episodes of the podcast. I got 73 podcasts now. I ain't no slouch with this shit and everything. Also, he was the first episode for this season, too. So it's just like, you know, he did drop a whole lot of gems and stuff of that nature. I know you spoke about how your grandmother was kind of like an influence on your life, you know, and that's just kind of how my grandfather touched my life. And like, he was the only grandparent I knew, like, everything personally. All my other grandparents are back home, so I ain't really had a relationship with them like that. So it's just like, you know, but in talking about your grandmother and like her connection with Charlotte and stuff, and like how it pretty much changed your life and gave you, like, you know, your Charlottean identity to a certain degree. In other ways, how did she influence you also?
Oh man, grandma was the matriarch of the family. Like, there was nothing that my grandmother was one of those women, like, you know, back in the day, people were totally different from us.
Yeah.
Grandma was one of those women that was basically a 6th grade education that was able to build a 129 person family. And grandma was the matriarch of the family. Grandma, like, every year when things would go down or if there was questions that was asked, even about her younger sisters, which all 6 of them are still in Charlotte, well, excuse me, 5 of them are still in Charlotte. One of them has unfortunately passed, Aunt Carol. Aunt Carol was the candy lady over in Tanglewood. If y'all know it's about Charlotte, everybody know about the Tanglewood candy lady. But grandma was the person that everybody hit up. Hey, Barbara, how do I fix this? Hey, Barbara, I got this going on. Barbara. Grandma was the glue to everything. Grandma, her influence that she had on everybody, she gave me the instilled in me, don't quit. I ain't got nothing. I came from nothing. I'm building with nothing. But I got a flourishment of everything that I need.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing that can stop me as long as I know that God's behind me and I got my effort with it. Because as long as I put my effort with it, there ain't nobody got. People can have more skill than me. That's why that's why I'm telling my daughter now. My daughter is daggone 16, about to be 17 in December.
Oh, the troublesome years.
Stinking ass teenagers. Stinking ass teenagers.
I was one of them not too long ago, man.
But I'm telling her ass right now that no matter what you do, or no matter what anybody say is gonna happen from your stipulation, I'm gonna make gold out of shit.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna make shit out of gold.
Make shit out of gold.
Make shit into gold.
Make shit into gold. Yeah.
Come on, y'all. We real talking. This is not scripted. This is not something that's gonna be rewinded. This is real people.
Yeah. You know what we're talking about. You know what we mean. We ain't gotta explain.
I'm gonna change my shitty situation into the best situation that I can ever have. And even if it's not for me, for my next 3 offspring, it's gonna have the better situation from what I did.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You can have all the skill in the world, but there's nobody in Charlotte that can outwork me. I can guarantee.
Yes, I feel that so heavy, man. Especially, dude, like when I tell you, bro, like this, what you just said just now, ain't nobody can outwork me. That lives in my head rent free, even before we even started talking and everything. You know, it's just like. Cause I'll tell you, like, from my life and everything, like, dude, when I tell you I used to struggle in school, as articulate as I spoke and everything, I used to struggle. These predominantly white schools, bro, when they see someone that like looks like me, I'm tall, I'm kind of like, you know, I am the way I am, intelligent.
You're an athlete? Are you an athlete?
I'm not necessarily.
No, you're not an athlete? The fuck are you here for?
Exactly. It's always trying to exploit you in some certain type of way, and if like they can't exploit you on that way, you're basically trash. And so like, you kind of see yourself in that way, like, you know, maybe it's whatever. I used to struggle in community college. I used to fuck around with the same circle of bullshit ass people. Didn't do nothing. Always want to focus on like hanging out and everything, and thought they were going to really make something out of nothing, but not putting any work to anything. You know, and it's just like, for me, I just had to learn things in a way and I have to master it over time. You know what I'm saying? This comes with when I'm doing the whole rap thing. I'd be writing in my rap book all the time, and that would bother people to the point where they're trying to look through to try to find something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas hate.
Like, don't hate the craft. The
Niggas
craft is a motherfucker, and that's what people don't want to understand. And that's the sad part about a lot of, like, I'm not that old. I'm 35. But that's a lot of sad things that I see about the people that's growing up now. Everybody want that shit to come quick, fast, in a hurry.
It's not.
Trust me. Uneducated, according to the world. According to the world, I'm uneducated. But I can guarantee you, I know 15 teachers that have their master's degree that can tell you that Sasha Jamel Williams helped them with their work while he was their 3rd grade, their 4th grade student, their 5th grade student, their 6th grade student, their 10th grade student, their 10th grade student, their 11th grade student, their 11th grade student. And I never graduated. But I was one of those people I always wanted knowledge. Like, I wanted to learn something. I didn't apply it because I was too hard-headed. But I was feeling like how everybody else is feeling now. I want that shit now. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're telling me before you can even tell me. Nah, I ain't even worry about it. Discipline, bro. If you can discipline yourself and you can understand what life actually is going to be, not tomorrow, but in another 365 days, another 674 days, another 720 days. If I can look at what it's going to be in 1,290 days, fuck what's happening today. I'm working for 4 years from now.
Exactly, man. It's especially when it comes to stuff like that, like, it's just not outworking you, seeking out knowledge and discipline overall, man. That shit really, really carries, man. When I'm telling you, bro, I had to turn my whole life around from being like a nobody in high school to being like, oh, you're not gonna be shit and everything like that, to be and like doing like the best in college. I'll be surprised at myself. Like, you know, they make it seem like college is so hard. You got I'm not trying to say I got help through there and everything, but I had a lot of support. I had the Men's Achievement Center behind me. I had teachers that looked like me who actually wanted me to win. I seen African professors. All my peoples were cab drivers, man. That's what I was exposed to. That's what it was. Like, my father was educated because he was like a doctor, but shit got fucked up, you know, over some other shit and everything. He's doing well right now, but it's just like, on the real, dude, like, you really have to step forward to really like make life for yourself. But it's not just you, like, that's God too, man, because it's just like, you know, God instilled it into you to actually trying to make things happen.
And I don't want nobody to take me wrong. Like I said earlier, if they listening, I like to learn knowledge. So I like to learn about the Hinduism. I like to learn about Buddhism. I like to learn about Christianity. I like to learn about Protestants. I'm trying to learn about every religion out there. There is a God out there that's helping you get forward, but that God is within you. Wherever you think that you're gonna go, whether, how they say, if it's bad, it's the devil. Nah, if your intentions are bad, you're going down that way. If you're thinking that it's gonna flourish not just you, but everybody around you, your intentions is going towards the godly route, because we need each other, and that's the thing that I hate about it. We don't have each other.
Yeah,
that's
man.
really where we lose it at.
Yeah, because that's the difference, and I even speak about it like a lot too. Like, that's the difference between people who are empaths and people who are narcissists and everything. People who are narcissists, if I would put it like as a metaphor, and like as a metaphor that makes sense between the difference between a narcissist and an empath. Okay, You give an empath a lush green field, big trees, wonderful fruits, everything. The empath is gonna take them seeds, is gonna keep planting them and keep planting them and everything. All the animals, he's gonna take care of them.
Yeah.
He's gonna look after the forest and everything. And he's gonna get old. He will get old. As old as he'll get, he finds and relishes all his happiness, all his love. It's all in his surroundings, and that being the forest and everything. He does not exploit the forest. He does not use the forest. He just relishes in it. He's a part of the forest. The forest is a part of him and everything. Everything in the whole ecosystem, he is connected with it. So when he's old and then he takes his last breath, he says, "Thank you, God. Thank you for this forest that you, given to me.
That you allow me to feed everybody.
Yes.
I was able to do something that's gonna last. That's gonna feed everybody.
And then you pass away, and you go back to your creator. That's the path of the empath. Connected with everything, refreshing everything, preserving everything. Now let me tell you about the narcissist. The narcissist would stumble on this field, this garden. It's like, wow, look at all the things I could do with everything out here. He'll take the trees, chop it down, make houses, make anything, eat everything, take in everything until there's nothing is left. And it's a wasteland. The narcissist would just stand above and be like, hey, look at me. Look at all the stuff I can do. Look at everything I can do. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at my power. What is the God? I am God in that sense. And then it's just like, when all this stuff is all done with and then there's nothing but a desert left, it's like, oh, look at me. Look at all this that I've done. How could God allow me to do this? God did this. This is God's fault.
Nope.
This is not me. How could he do this? I will go on. And the narcissist will die.
I just
bitter.
squeezed that raisin dry. And
Just
there's no more blood in that turnip left.
But
Now I'm going to the next turnip that's next to me.
Yes. But you see the mentality of the narcissist and the empath, how it goes to play.
Yeah.
See, there are people in this universe, in this world, people who are just here and then it's in their nature to just, refresh things. Really bring, whether if it's enticing people with laughter, knowledge, anything that's positive. That's the path of the empath. We might fuck up from time to time. We will fuck up. That is entirely, that's human.
It's inevitable, Mr. Anderson, as I always say.
It's entirely inevitable. However, it's all about the mentality, the intention to grow, the intention to bring others up, the intention to really just be happy. However, in the narcissist end, it's selfishness. That's what drives.
It's all about me.
It's all about me. How it makes me feel. Jealousy, envy, all types of messed up, fucked up, sick behavior. That is what stems from the narcissist. That is why the world is so out of balance. Because a lot of when, a lot of Africans were in power and everything, that's when the world was in balance.
Yes.
Because it wasn't all about, let me just take everything.
It was all about my piece. This piece, my family can eat, their family can eat, we all can eat together. Stay on your side, I stay on my side.
Yes.
We'll leave each other alone. We'll deal with each other. We'll deal with each other.
But it'll just be me and you. It won't be trying to destroy your image or anything. It'll be all fair and square, all that honor, respect, just growth, work hard. That's just the way of the empath. The narcissist would take all types of ways to try to break down other people's characters, trying to use people, lie, anything it can to get ahead. That's the way of the narcissist. And whether they end up, dying surrounded by people or not, it doesn't really make up for all the damage is done.
Nope.
All the damage is done.
And in that sense, that's one of the things that what I'm hearing since I've been in the food truck industry, what I'm hearing from a lot of people in their food trucks is, I'm worried about the money. I'm worried about the money. It's all about how much food I can put out, how much food I can put out. I don't care about the money with my food truck. My food truck is about quality. How was the food? How did it taste?
How'd you like
Did it feel good? Did it taste good to you?
Yes.
Did you feel my love from it? That's what I want to produce. I don't care about
The money.
the dollar amount that's coming from it.
That's coming regardless.
The dollar amount is going to come from the quality that I give.
Yes.
As long as I know I gave you a plate and you're going to walk away from me and be like, damn, bro,
I need to come back.
that was good.
And I will come back.
I'm good with that. That's
I will come
all
back.
I care about.
And that's all. And that stuff will drive you far. And you're not the first person I interviewed that actually had a food truck. I actually interviewed someone by the name of Nappy Chef. I don't know if you heard of him.
Nappy Chef, yes.
You dealt with Nappy Chef? Yeah, I interviewed him a couple episodes beforehand. Now he's going into doing videos and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
He said, hook me up, dude, for real. I want to get into acting also, for sure. Most definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. But it's just man, that's just what we're dealing with. It's because of people like you or Nappy Chef and everything, or even business owners like the one I work for, Miss Alana Lord. and stuff of that nature, the more we really invest in ourselves through passion and everything. This is true passion, not the selfish passion, not the I'ma compete against people type passion.
I'm not gonna be Bobby Flay tomorrow. I'm not gonna be Chef Ramsay. No, I'm not worried about that. But you're going to come to Charlotte and you're going to be like, you know, a CNC wings and seafood? Goddamn, you know, my boy hooked me up with some good-ass wings. He got me some good fish, and he got me a good shrimp basket. You know what? Let me go holler at my boy when I'm out one night. That's what CNC wings is going to do for me.
Yes, no, for real. And this dude really just made like a free sample just because. I had a feeling you were going to do that, but I didn't know what was going to bring it out.
No, because you don't just give things away just because, but you know, sometimes it's like, I've been blessed to be able to be out here today.
Yeah.
Let me bless somebody for a plate.
Yeah.
I'm going to bless you with a plate, and you know what that's going to do? You're going to tell 3 people, you know what, I just had that boy shrimp, and that boy shrimp was good as hell.
Yeah.
Them 3 people going to be like, you know what, my man such and such said that he had that shrimp from such and such. Well, where you located at right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's about the networking.
It's about the networking.
I got to be able to give you a plate, but what that gave me at least 15 minutes of talking to you and knowing who the hell you are. Now that I know who you are, I can guarantee you that the next time you see that truck outside, what up, CJ? How you doing, big dog?
No.
I can guarantee that.
It's all. One of the things about positivity and everything, it all just channels and everything. That's what Quaylin, that's how Quaylin is as an individual. He's just a positive person. Always has been. Never had an issue. And that school, I hated that school. But there were like a couple like good things that I really liked about it and everything. I didn't know Quaylin personally, but I did see him rapping in the morning and everything of that nature. And stuff of that nature, and then I started getting into it like my 8th grade year, like 'cause I had nothing to talk about for career day. Like I said it as a joke, 'cause I was like doing it as like for a fun thing. Next thing you know, like now I'm dropping a mixtape. I dropped a mixtape last April. Now I have plans to try to see if I can drop more music this year and everything. It's all just a work in progress. Yeah, there are some obstacles here and there, but you can make it happen and everything. But, and regardless of obstacles and everything, back on the subject of your food truck, what obstacles did you have to face in accordance to trying to like set this food truck up?
Just understanding what the actual numbers are. Understanding the numbers of a business. Like anybody can start a business, but knowing how to make sure that the business is going to run is a big obstacle. Like knowing what your numbers are going to be day in and day out. You miss one day of numbers, that's 7 days behind that you're going to put yourself. 7 days behind that you're going to put yourself, that's 21 days behind on money. Now, mind you, money is like time. Money is not something that you can waste. Time is not going to come back. Money can come back, but you're going to have to do double the time to get that money back that you lost when if you just took the 5 minutes to do it the right way, to understand it, to get it in the way it should be. But the real major obstacle is if anybody's going to start their own business, make sure you either have a strong partner behind you. When I say a strong partner behind you, I mean somebody that's going to help your collateral while your collateral is zero. Because for the first at least 18 months of your business, you ain't making no money. Until June of 2023 will be the first time I'll be able to see profit from this.
Really?
Yes.
This like June is going to be the first
of 2023.
2023.
It's going to be the first time I'm going to see profit of this if this works.
And you're still out here.
Ain't got no choice but to. This is my dream. This is what I said I wanted to do. This is what I went to. If you don't pull it out your own ass, if you go to an investor, this is what you go to an investor to do. If you don't have that strong collateral behind you, that partner behind you to keep your face up, or you have a stack of money to keep your face up, you ain't gonna see no money at least for 18 to 24 months.
Dang, that's crazy that you say that and everything, because I believe in like the art of manifestation and stuff of that nature. You know, I be script manifesting a lot. So it's like when I be trying to script manifest, I always be going to dedicate a whole page to businesses I'm trying to run and everything. Like my grandfather ran a cab business. I was thinking about maybe somewhere down the line I could start like a party busing business and everything. You know, it's just like, you know, or maybe try to go into hotels, you know, but definitely want to get into restaurants and food too, because the way my mom makes food and everything, I'm trying to learn under her. Like this year for sure, I need to really learn under how to make the fufu and everything.
Whenever she feel like giving some jollof up, let me know.
No, really, yeah, I'll definitely put you on the list. This is one girl, Black American girl I know that really like interested in like stuff like fufu and stuff. I'm trying to see if I can get her some soup also, because the way she makes it, it's like so. I'm not gonna say it's so different, but it's like because like it's just
she
like
put that stank on it.
Yeah,
she put that stank on it. Yeah,
that African stank on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just like we have elders in our community that makes it like that on the older ways. It's like it's top tier. You're hearing it from me, and I need to get in contact with them also, because I have a vision for like maybe a restaurant I can make like not like a midnight diner, but something similar, where it's just like where I can kind of mixture some African elements into the food, but like different. Like y'all know you heard of like cassava leaves and stuff of that nature. Because could you imagine like a bun with like chips like cassava baked inside the bun? Something like that.
Sounds pretty fucking good.
Or maybe like in the meat, like because when they made cheeseburger.
I can use the cassava as the bun.
Yeah.
I can use the cassava as the bun. I can make the cassava as the bun and then put the meat into.
Or cook some of the cassava inside the meat too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you tasted African food, you know how good it tastes. So just imagine if it was mixing with American food and stuff of that nature. Maybe I shouldn't be giving off my job. I might have to edit this shit out.
Patent that.
I might have to edit that out. Might have to edit this out, but who knows? But yeah, it's just something like I would consider and everything of that nature.
But not only that, even like my grandmother, like I said, my grandmother did all the cooking for the family events. Me and my cousin Tia are the only two people who know how she actually, my mother, my cousin Tia, and me are the only three people that know how she actually made the green beans, how she actually made the collard greens, how she actually made the mac and cheese. Just for you to know with your actual family how they make it from actual what it's supposed authentic. Yeah. Bro, that's just something to have in your hand.
And their own way too.
You'll continue to pass that on to your kids, and that'll continue y'all generations of certain things from y'all generational lifestyle will continue going on. That's what food is history, bro. Yeah, man. And like if people don't understand that, the main things that people do is talk and eat. Yeah. A lot of people can't talk to each other, but I'm goddamn sure I'll eat some of your food that you cook if it's good.
No, for real. For real, no, seriously. And it's just like, even with Africans, this is what sucks with Africans and everything. Like, I'm Liberian, so it's just like, yeah, that's one thing, like, I really wish they would have really instilled into us was, like, how to talk the language, for sure. They literally left that from my uncles and everything. They didn't put any type of priority into actually teaching us the language.
Because the language was money. The language is America. Speak English, you make money. Simple as that.
English is the main language in Liberia. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, like, they knew English.
Tribal language. Forget your tribal language. This does not make money, my son. You go learn this English. You go speak English. You speak to them dumb English people, and you make your money. Yeah. It was simple as that.
It was just dumb, but it's just like that's just kind of what it was. I think because it's like my great grandmother like was staying with my mom. Yeah, she's still alive. My grandfather's not alive, but my grandmother. Yes. It's weird, but it's just like but the '80s hit my grandfather. I think that's what it was. But it's just like I think my mom's trying to get my great grandmother to stay with us so we could learn the language over time. But it's like she just decided to go back home and everything because she just didn't want to deal with America.
At age where she just want to be where she at. I'm doing what the hell I want, son.
Hey, man.
Said, y'all want to come visit me? Come visit me.
She's in her 90s or 100, I think, right now. So it's just like, we pretty much, really, we got our long life. That's why I really need to touch base in Liberia now that my grandfather passed and everything, so I can be able to connect with these folk and everything. When we tell you we have large communities, big families back home, like it's no joke. Like everybody knows you. You can never be bored in Liberia. Like deadass, everyone's outside for real.
Sound like mine, because like our events we do. So like when Grandma passed away in 2010, I did the first Thanksgiving since she passed. That Thanksgiving we had 64 people at the house.
That's good.
Last Thanksgiving we did at my new house that we just purchased, and we had not all 64 came because the people from New York said they weren't coming, but we had like 48 people at the house.
That's okay.
So we had like, I understand what you mean by massive gatherings of people.
Yeah, man. Like seriously, family is so like foundational in regards to like an identity and everything of that nature and stuff. It's just like you really realize who you are when you look back and everything. Like even like my father was told me stories about his father and everything. Now I understand my father's father was a hunter and everything. He literally, that's all he knew: catch animals, kill the meat, sell it. That was it. That was his whole. That was his way he was making money. Couldn't read nothing. That was what he did. But also outside for his personality and everything, he was known as like the good lawyer. and everything. That was just his personality. He couldn't read, but he would definitely stick up for people who were wrong into the community. That was just it. So it's like, that's just like, when I look into like who I am as an individual and everything, you know, like, I'm not saying I ain't no superhero or nothing, but like when it comes to injustice and everything, I usually just, you know, I'm never on that dick riding type shit. Like, I don't dick ride people or nothing. That's why it's like I stay to myself, because it's
right
just
is
like,
right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's it. I don't try to screw people over. I don't try to shit on people's identities or image. That's just not my way. But that's how a lot of people get by, and that just fucks up my whole vibe and everything. But like, that's just it. You know, sometimes I'll look inwards like, why am I like that and everything? You know, like, why can't I be like everybody else to a certain degree? You be thinking, you know,
I look at that every day that I'm living now. Like, man, why can't I be as freaking evil and mean as some of these people in this world? Even when I try to be mean, it's like,
it's just tough. Like, it's just not in your nature. It's like, people are just like that. And I could never understand how you could just get on just shitting on people. People that like pretending to fuck with people that you don't fuck with. I spoke about this on another podcast too. Like, another dude from New York, Mike Mills, I was in an episode. He even said it himself. Like, that's how a lot of people get by here in Charlotte. Yeah. It's like, you know, they try to pretend like they fuck with you and they don't fuck with you. And it's like, that's so weird.
It's a snake in the grass.
I know it's a snake in the grass, but it's like, why is that like the norm now? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Because it's much easier to take advantage of a person than it is to be real. Because I ain't got to be real with you. I can take advantage of it. I can play whatever you want to give me. But I can take advantage of you, and I can feel better without even having to worry about what's going to hurt me.
Yeah, man. Those people like that, I just can't relate.
I hate them people.
Can't relate.
Them the type of people that make me realize that I was born at the wrong time and on the wrong side of the earth.
No, seriously, no, for real though. It's just like, you know, I don't know. I'm a bit of an old soul myself and everything. Well, even how music is nowadays and everything. I resonate to those 60s, 70s, 80s type time. 90s for sure, but it's just like, you know, something when I put on that Al Green and everything, like, this sounds familiar. I don't know why and everything. Plus, it's just like, it just seems like more of a vibe back then. I feel like black people back in those times and back when we were like before like integration and everything, we were more together, like black owned business.
About each other. You more cared about each other. Like, I was speaking to a guy the other night when and I was telling him about how it drove me nuts now that I got of age. And I actually learned about Malcolm X impact compared to what they taught us, which was Martin Luther King. They taught us Martin Luther King because he was docile. Yeah. Malcolm X was not docile. Malcolm X taught you to get your own for your own and be about your own. Yeah. That's not the shit that the world wanted us to do.
Always fuck with Malcolm X, especially with that Spike Lee movie with Denzel Washington. That's what got me hooked. I'm like, dang, this dude's just like me in a sense.
But if you haven't seen it on Netflix, Who Killed Malcolm X? Go watch the actual video. Go watch the series. Malcolm X, the story of Brother Shabazz is way different from any of the BS that we were ever taught.
No, really.
If Brother Malcolm was able to live, we wouldn't care about Martin Luther King.
I mean, I wouldn't say like that, because even Martin Luther King was starting to change his mind on a lot of things. Before he passed away, him and Malcolm X were going to start collaborating, like, more.
Go watch that video and you'll see why they did. Go watch that series and you'll see why they did. And if you haven't seen it, go watch that series and you'll see why they did not.
Yeah, man, dude, it's so crazy.
Everything, and I speak peace myself, but everything that we could have learned from what Brother Malcolm was trying to teach us was what we needed. They knew they can keep us by the balls if they teach us what Brother Martin Luther King was trying to teach us, which was be peaceful, be docile, don't fight for yours. God got your back.
And that's what integration did when it messed us up too, because we were more willing to pay to give like the money to our oppressors as opposed to really keeping the money within our side. That's what happened with Black Wall Street. When they tore it down, they really had to go out of their way to tear it down because that was a threat. Togetherness is such a threat. And that's what I love about HBCUs, because all you do is thrive. I never saw myself as an A and B student. People would say, you should be an A-B student. Why ain't you an A student? You could be an A student. I'm like, really? Are you sure? Or they would say that one day and then shit on me the next day. And then as soon as I went to an HBCU, I got the help I needed and everything. I was close. I was connected to people who were like me and everything. It was insane. It was a complete culture shock. I thought I was just coming there to party.
It was like, holy shit, we're smart. We can be smart.
Really?
We could be smart.
We could be intelligent.
I ain't gotta be cool. Holy shit.
You can be cool and smart.
Exactly.
You can go to parties and study.
Yes.
Ain't no problem. And no, it taught me how to define balance. Really taught me how to find balance for sure, and really realize my value as an individual. And that's what I'll always cherish HBCU. I rep HBCUs like it's nothing. Like really, I rep HBCUs like I'll always be an NCCU student until the day I die.
Yes.
And even when I go to Howard, I will be a Howard student until I die too, and everything. That's the beauty about HBCUs. Anybody that's listening, please consider going to an HBCU, because that's where we all just went to HBCUs. That'll be it.
Put your money where it belongs.
Literally.
Put your money where it belongs. Don't get into those bullshit. I mean, every school is a good school. Even just going to college is just good. But if you can learn and work with your own culture, do the same thing that them people do. They learn and work with their own culture. That's why they take more money from you, because your interest rate is different, because your credit score is different than they do their own people. If you can go to HBCU, handle it. Go to it. Guarantee you, if all of the athletes did that shit, you'd be surprised how much of them multi-million-dollar schools and the multi-million-dollar coaches won't be making that money, and the money will go to where it belongs.
Yeah, dude, we be beating Chapel Hill every year. Duke and Chapel Hill.
But you don't hear about that, though. They won't tell you about that game.
Yeah, no, actually, that game's coming up soon, actually. I think we might be, our next game with Chapel Hill is going to be in 2024.
Okay.
I think so. So I'm definitely, by the time that I'll be in a complete financial standing, so I'm going to be right in the front. Like, okay, what's up? What's good with it? Show us up and everything. No, for real, man. Like, it's that's where it is. But outside of, like, making food and everything, where does your interest lie also, you know, outside of, like, food and stuff of that nature?
I'm a nature dude, bro. Like, I like being outside. Like, growing up in the city, I grew up in the projects. We didn't have a lot of trees around us. The only time we seen trees was when we went to daggone Central Park, or if we went to the Bronx Zoo. It's really one of those things, like, I know it's funny as hell being a black dude, but I like disc golf a lot.
You like what?
Disc golf.
Disc golf? Oh.
Disc golf, like frisbee golf.
Like the stuff they be doing. I be wondering what the hell that is.
Bro, I love it. I wish I could speak clearly on another reason why I love it, but the networking effect that the people that I've met while playing that game. Not only that, most course is about 1.5 miles.
Really?
So you're 1.5 miles inside the city of Charlotte, but you're in the wilderness of Charlotte. Oh. So you're still getting the outside effect, like the mountain effect. I'm still getting the nature effect, but I'm still within the city. And I'm also doing 1.5 mile track.
Oh,
so
you be doing tracks?
Working out. No, each course is about 1.5 miles.
Oh, okay.
So it's 18 holes per course. I'm doing 1.5 mile workout for that day.
Oh, okay.
Some courses are a lot longer, but most of them are about 1.5 miles. I'm doing a workout while networking, and I'm enjoying the wilderness.
That's cool. I need to probably go out there. How often you be doing this stuff?
During the summer, there's a lot of tournaments going on. But it's usually, I try to get every time I can. Usually you'll probably play about 2 hours of your day. But I do Sundays mostly, Wednesdays mostly. I'm trying to sneak in Thursdays.
Okay, that's cool. We have to stay in contact, because they be networking out there and everything. What type of people have you met out there?
I've met Duke Power executives. I've met Bank of America executives, Wells Fargo executives. I met freaking multi-millionaire people that plays this sport. And off the camera, I can tell you about something else that this sport does have, which we all love.
Okay.
But I've met so many people that it's just ridiculous. You'll be surprised. I've met Allen Iverson playing this before.
Allen Iverson?
Yes.
Oh, the basketball player, Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
I know.
I've met him playing disc golf before.
Allen Iverson's doing that? Cornrow, freaking with style.
You'd be surprised the people you see playing this sport.
In Charlotte?
a very lucrative sport. It's been around since, like, I want to say since 1960 something. But it's a very lucrative sport, and Charlotte is like a hub. Charlotte is becoming a hub for a lot of things. That's why I say Charlotte is a small metropolis, that if you don't grab your piece now, within the next 3 years, you're going to be sorry.
I need to get with them for real, man, because I'm a marketing executive at the place I'm working at and everything. So I was like, I'm trying to go up the ladder to a certain degree too. You know, I'm fresh out of college and everything, but at the same token, it's just like I want to be able to, like, you know, if I do stay in Charlotte, or if I just consider go back to DC, like I want to actually have some connections here. So if I want to step into DC and then go back in between North Carolina, I can still have some stuff set up. You know, I want to start doing my own businesses too.
I was gonna say, find out how far you are in DC from Woodbridge.
From Woodbridge?
Yeah.
Woodbridge.
Because if you do go up that way, I got something that I can help you out with that way.
Oh, okay, wonderful. See, now we're networking here.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, that's the circle of life, man. There's always somebody that knows something and stuff of that nature and everything. Has there ever been a time, like, what are some catastrophes you had to deal with in the kitchen while you had to, like, work on your own, your own food joint and stuff?
Ooh, the biggest catastrophe is the most scariest thing on the truck, which is propane.
Oh.
Propane is scary.
Oh.
So if you forget to turn off your grills at the right time, like when you're done at the night and you forget to turn the gas off, that next day when you come in and you light it, propane is scary.
Damn.
Propane will burn your face.
Wow.
And it'll do it real quick, and it's a volatile explosion.
Wow.
But that was the biggest thing I ever had to deal with, just because the lines were left open. But do your checklist every night, regardless of, I don't care if you've been working from 11 a.m. all the way to 3 a.m. Do your checklist every night. Check your storage, check your refrigerator, make sure your refrigerator is cold as it's supposed to be, make sure everything is clean, make sure your trash is thrown, make sure your waste tank is empty. Waste tank stinks. That holds bacteria. That'll cause you to fail and get them little 75 grades. Anything below a 90 grade, I don't want to eat at your place. So, and I'm just gonna be honest, anything below a 90, I'm not eating there. Do your checklist. If you got that first thing, if you do the same thing when you walk in every day, do the same thing when you close out every night, and it'll save you any troubles.
Wow, that's cool. So, like, where you at? I know you say you wouldn't eat anywhere, like, under 90. Where you at, personally?
I'm at a 98.
90, that's really good. Inspection? That is damn good. That's really, really good. I don't want to sound like I'm so surprised and
It was brand
everything.
spanking new though. It was a brand spanking new truck. So when they came in, all they seen was shiny, and they seen the criteria was held, because at first, safety is the main thing that matters. Before I put anything out to you, I'm not gonna get you sick, because I don't want you taking none of that insurance that I have.
Oh no, seriously.
Because you can take a hefty amount of insurance if I make you sick. Because if I made you sick, every daggone ticket that I pushed out for, I gotta pay.
Wow.
Even if they didn't get sick.
Wow.
Every ticket I pushed out. So if I pushed out 50 tickets that day, 100 tickets that day, and you got sick and you was going ticket number 64, from ticket 0 all the way to whatever number I'm at.
Gotta get some lawyers for that.
The lawyers don't matter. The lawyers gonna look at you and be like,
No.
you dumb motherfucker. Well, this is what you pay insurance for, sir. But you're gonna be shut down for the next 3 months, but yeah.
That's cool that you actually, like, can keep up on stuff like that. 98, I know, like, obviously it's because you got a new truck, so it's like there ain't nothing left behind, no rats going into it.
But just stay on top of it. As long as you stay on top of it, it doesn't matter if you purchased a reused truck or a refurbished truck. Just stay on top of it, bro. As long as you're clean, you wear the gloves like you're supposed to, you wear your hair nets like you're supposed to, all your food is labeled, all the food is in the refrigerator at the correct degrees that it's supposed to be. Seafood is separated from your poultry. Poultry is separated from your beef. As long as everything is labeled and put in order, should be no reason why you have anything less than a 98.
That's crazy. That's actually really, really good. And now, and in regards to this being like in the future and stuff, I know you mentioned that you won't probably get profit from this until like probably June 2023 and stuff of that nature. So it's like maybe somewhere down the line this decade, you plan probably getting your own place or probably getting a bunch of food trucks.
December 2024 is going to be a brick and mortar.
Oh, okay. So you would think about getting like your own place. And where would you?
A lot of people mess up when they're doing the business. Once they start seeing profit, they want to take from that profit. Got to think in a 3-year plan, bro. Once I start seeing profit, it's 3 more years before I can touch that profit. Because I want the business to pay for the business. As long as the business pays for the business, and then I got the other business that pays for that business, I get double the profit, or maybe even triple the profit.
Wow. So just a waiting game. Just take baby steps, basically.
Take your time. Take your time. I mean, I know everybody screams YOLO, da-da-da-da, and all that. I'm living for today. Yes, tomorrow is not promised, but tomorrow might come. If you ain't got shit for tomorrow, what you did yesterday made tomorrow. If you don't make what you did, if you don't put the diligence work in and make what you did yesterday, tomorrow is just like yesterday. It's another day of work.
That is crazy, man.
I'm trying to be where Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is work. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the reaping the rewards from that work. While I'm not working, because they all still working 7 days a week.
Oh yeah, no, that's good, man. It's all in your passions too and everything. If you had to pick a certain side of town that you would probably start, like maybe get your own building and restaurant and everything, where would you pick for sure?
Oh, Noda Central area.
Noda for sure.
Noda Central area. With the development that's going on in Noda Central area, I'm 15 minutes away from university, which is a big development because of the schools down there.
Yeah.
I'm 15 minutes away from town, which is just basically Event Central.
Oh yeah.
I'm 15 minutes away from the west side, which is where I can bring all my people from.
Oh,
I'm 15 minutes away from the east side, which is stragglers from Monroe coming. And everybody wants to party in Central Noda area.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, I'll be thinking, maybe I should probably start my business on east side, but that actually makes sense. That's actually because that's in the center of town, so there's always something going on. Except like maybe when the the epicenter got a little bit messed up now.
You see how they shut that down and it's not opening back up no time soon.
Dang, but there's somebody that have a sense of like they might buy it, like though, right? You think somebody
the money that Charlotte's asking for that?
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. There's too many outsourced spots that are popping up where people actually live at. That doing the Epic Center, unless somebody come out there and revamp the whole thing, I don't think it's going to be worth it.
And revamp it like in what way? Just make it more appealing to people of all ages?
You got to change the whole thing. You got to change it to basically the style of lifestyle that it is right now. Like you see how Noda is popping every day because Noda ran to a hipster style. You see how Central's popping every day because Central ran to a hipster style. You see how University is popping every day because they ran to the college style. The Epic Center is not changing that yet.
Oh,
they
really?
haven't changed that.
And how was Epicenter running like before? I can't remember that Studio Movie Grill and everything. That was the main spot I would go, Studio Movie Grill.
But it was really expensive.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is true.
Really expensive. It was like literally, unless I made the money that I can play downtown all day, every day, that's when I was going down there. Other than that, I'm not going down there unless it's a bar crawl or a special night at the Wolf Bar. I forgot the name of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot, like the Wolf Whiskey or some shit.
Whiskey Wolf, yeah.
Whiskey Wolf. That's what it was called.
Unless it was a bar special there or a bar crawl, there was no reason to sit in the Epic Center.
I was barely in the Epicenter because I was out in college and everything. So I came back and it was shut down. I'm like, damn, there's always something changing every time I come back to Charlotte.
It's been open since, and I haven't seen anybody even thinking about opening.
Yeah, but if you were to change it, try to make it like, what direction would you go? The hipster direction, hip hop direction, party direction? What would you do?
To be totally honest, I'm going straight for the Event Central.
Event Central.
I'm going straight for whatever events that so as Charlotte is right now, Charlotte's a real party spot. Charlotte's also a party spot, and it's a banker business. So for lunchtime areas, I'm doing all banker lunch. I'm setting it up for all banker lunch. But they like the new healthy foods. The new healthy foods, certain pubs.
Like Mediterranean foods?
Yes. And pubs over there. Do everything in pubs. Nighttime is going to switch to straight college students. Whatever the college crew got going on right now, that's what this building is supposed to be doing. You're at everything goes building, basically. So today you might be Dominican party today. Tomorrow you might be salsa. Tomorrow you might be calypso. Everything goes building.
That's good. Just being more conscious about what's going on in the world. Just like how like at the Starlight and everything, it's like Pride Month. So it's like a lot of this stuff is focused on Pride Month and stuff of that nature. Do you feel like maybe some people might have too much pride and go in that direction and stuff of that nature?
Some people just don't. They don't care about what they're doing because they're making enough. Exactly. Like the people who are able to open up businesses over there or do things like that, they don't care because that's just a little investment for them.
Really?
So if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. Noda and Central area, you see these are people who actually, this is their business. This is what they have to do. So they're flowing to whatever's around them in their environment. Yeah. Epic Center, I don't see them doing that because it's just, when you got a certain amount of money, there's only about a certain amount of things that you're going to do that somebody else says you should.
And then next thing you know, you're losing all the money all at once. It happens so quick.
It's just $100,000 out of loss, so fuck it.
Dang, dude, man, that's a lot, man.
It looks like rent down there was about 20 G's a month.
Oh, yeah.
So I got 15 buildings and I got 20 G's a month from 15 buildings. You're going to have to either pay or play. You don't want to pay? Okay, well, screw you. I'll get somebody else that might want to.
That's crazy how business conscious you are and everything. I went to the business school of North Carolina Central University. Hearing stuff that you pretty much could probably run a whole, how can I say, you could literally like do whole seminars and everything, run whole speeches and stuff like that.
One thing that you got that I don't got is the structure behind it, the discipline.
The discipline.
You learned the discipline behind it. Yeah. I'm slowly learning that as I go. I do apologize, family. I do have a couple of customers over here.
No, we got to go to like 7 minutes. I'll just pause and I'll just wait till you get back. How about that? We can just close it. Yeah, no problem. Hey, man, business is business, man. All right, but back on the subject matter, I really forgot where we left off and everything. But I know we're talking about a whole lot. I think about like the whole like keep conditioning your truck and stuff of that nature. But it's like, but earlier we spoke about you like retracing your roots to Nigeria and stuff of that nature. How exhilarating was that experience for you?
Oh man, that was actually one of those things that it's like, yeah, those eye awakening moments where it's like, wow, I'm really from here. Because it's pretty weird because my father, I call him a sperm donor. Because he was in and out he was doing his thing, he lived his life, he wasn't really able to be there for me as he was supposed to. Shit happens. I don't fault him too much for it, but I don't like the nigga for it. But that's just how it is. Me and him will get our reconcile one day. But I wanted to find out where his family was from because I knew my family was all traced back. My mother's family was traced back to Cherokee Indians.
But I gotta see it too. Like, so you can see
Cherokee and Blackfoot is where I found my mother's family from.
All right, cool.
But my sperm donor's family, they came from the sugarcane route.
Oh, okay.
So my sperm donor, his father and his mother, their immediate bloodline goes back to a Dominican bloodline. When I reached a little bit further back, I found out that their bloodline actually went from Nigeria to Dominican Republic, to Dominican Republic, to Argentina, and then back to Florida, and then they came into the mainland.
That's wonderful.
So it was one of those things that it was just, because I wanted to find out what my name meant, because my name is CZAJA. It's the old Arabic word for king. It's pronounced Saja. The old Arabic way they spell it is S-A-J-A-H. It's also a derivative from an old Polish word, which the old Polish word is lone wolf. So I wanted to find out where my name came from. That's why I started doing a little bit more digging.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong. That's really, really beautiful and everything. You know, I'm born like full-blooded Liberian and everything. You know, like both my parents are from the Mono tribe and everything. So I really had to go too far to figure out where I came from or where things was. So it's just a blessing on my end. Although it's still something I'm still kind of like not too familiar with because I didn't grow up there. I didn't even touch Liberia. There are people who don't even come from Liberia who probably visit Liberia more than I've ever touched Liberia. So it's just like, you know, it's definitely on the bucket list. You know, I know it's going to be a wonderful experience once you haven't really been to Nigeria yet, have you?
No, I have not. I have not at all. Like I said, that's in my plans within the next 2 years.
Okay,
because the family actually wants to take a family trip within the next 2 years to go out there.
All right, definitely.
So we're just trying to make sure we ain't gonna be stuck out there for 6 months and then caught up in some bullshit.
If you want to get in contact with the community, I know Nigerians are more advanced when it comes to like, you know, really sticking together with stuff like that. Liberians, we're still trying to get it together, and we still can pretty much get in contact with our tribal community and everything. You know, Samuel Jackson did it when he reached out to Guinea. I think that's where he's from, and everything. And, you know, if you want to reach out to them, you know, try to build some kind of community to them, ain't nothing wrong with that for a sense, you know, because like, you know, that's still part of your culture too. That's why I always try to push like other African Americans that they could even take the 23andMe, you know, do whatever they can to really retrace their roots. Now that we have the technology to do so, take that chance to do so. To really get, because that's a very good way to heal from all the stuff from the past too. The first step is realizing who you are. Because like literally this system right here is really destined to have us have a big old question mark above your head to really cut us from underneath our roots and stuff of that nature. So like when they take your name and everything and you get a hint of where you come from, that's all you need. That's all you need. You don't need to know the family tree to a certain degree. But as long as you know what tribe you're from, you're all good. You are all good. So that's good for you to really like set that and establish that up for yourself and everything, you know. And to go into the detail about my last name, actually my full name, government-wise, is T. Dolake Sefili. The last name Sefili is 2 words. Say, which you would name your firstborn son. Say in my language. Your firstborn son, you just name Say. And then like Fili is like the morning dew in the grass. Like I told you earlier, I come from a family of hunters. So it's like that's the first thing they saw when they're out there is the morning. They had to wake up early, you want to hunt things, you know, that's what it was. And so the middle name Dolake in my language means one can't make it on his own. or like the key to progress is unity, basically. You know, that's just how it is. That's just how we were tribal folk. We got to make it together. That's what really helped us survive. You know, we were travelers. We originated all the way from Sudan. We traveled all the way to Liberia, and that's where we settled at and everything. So it's just like, you know, we're amongst those people that made the pyramids. You know, that's how far back we go, and stuff of that nature. So it's the first name T, which is just a derivation of the word black in our language, which means a pati. So it's like, that's black, unity is key, firstborn son of the morning dew. So like, that's the whole name.
It's a message more than a name.
That's a whole powerful message right there. You know, brought upon me. And it's just like, you know, that's just, so a lot of my purpose is kind of go inside that I see a better tomorrow, not just for my people in Liberia, but even for African Americans here in America, which is why I went into business and everything. And that's good when I see business like this is pointed out, because it's just like, that's your own money. You're not working under nobody, you're not breaking your back and everything. You could work a little bit for somebody to invest in your whatever you got to invest to, but it's all about reaching this.
We're all working for somebody.
We're all working for somebody.
There's a bank that's working for all of us that we pay to.
Really?
Now, it's after you pay that bank, which is in my 3 years.
Yeah.
That's when I get to have my fun of waiting my 3 years for my triple profit.
It's all a step in progress, you know, for you to take the due diligence to make this happen for yourself. Just know, for me, like, I'm proud of you, personal. Like, literally, the more we see this, the better. The more we see it. If you ain't hear nobody say that they're proud of you, you're hearing it from me. I am proud of you. I just met you today, and I am proud of seeing the stuff that you do and stuff of that nature. You know, the only way we can make it through this is together. I can't guarantee that Black Wall Street is gonna like pop up tomorrow, but the little steps that we take to really just keep our dollar within ourselves is always.
Hey,
that's
if the BBOC continue to doing what they're doing, the Black Business Organization of Charlotte, if they continue doing what they're doing, and if all of us just continue to realize that we need each other. Yes, I want to be the top dog, but I want to be the top dog with all of my other dogs eating at the same spot that I'm eating at.
Most definitely.
As long as the BBOC and along with everybody else continue to doing what we doing, we can get there.
Keyword, Dolake, one can't make it on his own. That's it. We all make it together. The key to progress is unity and unity only. I think we reached our whole hour limit and everything. I'd like to thank you once again for hopping on, you know, seriously, like, this means a lot and everything. I know Quaylin, when we last did the episode with Quaylin, said, yeah, you should do this episode with this one dude. He's one of my friends. He does this whole thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? I never knew that I would just be somebody that would know so much and give a whole lot to this episode.
Yeah, so I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate the time. I appreciate you coming out, hanging out with me. I appreciate you testing the food. Just remember, CNC Wings and Seafood, best wings and seafood, your own land to sea connection that Charlotte has. Yeah. We too far from the sea, so we don't get good seafood here. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna get y'all some good seafood, and I ain't gonna rape your wallets at the same time.
Yeah, seafood's so good to make you want to smack your mama. Don't smack your mother, please.
Please don't do that shit.
But it ain't no slouch though. Ain't no slouch. I thank you very much, sir. That's it for the 73rd episode. You got anything else you want to let the people know before we bounce?
Just want to let Charlotte know we appreciate y'all in every way. I appreciate you for your time and your conversation that you had with me today, brother. Trust and believe this is not going to be a relationship that's just on a conversation on this point. Yeah. This is a relationship that we built. You're my brother now, bro.
Yeah, we're definitely going to keep in contact moving forward. I'd like to thank you, Mr. CJ. I appreciate it. Now, that's it. We sewed in. Now we're sewing out. Thanks.